Hey, it's Ebro in the morning. Laura Styles is out with her new boo for Thanksgiving. He's meeting the parents. And as you can see, we have the queen, Erykah Badu, on the program. Give it up.
It's happening.
She has a tuning fork in her septum.
Yes, I do.
Are you checking your own vibration?
Absolutely, at all times. And yours. And I'm actually recalibrating the room as we speak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, as you see, we have a beautiful ensemble of people here
Elliot,
gathered
get
to
a shot of that, please,
absorb
Elliot.
your vibration.
I see. I see.
It's Black Girl Magic here
and
today.
I'm also absorbing theirs.
Yes. You feeling positive vibes?
I feel it. It feels good.
But wait, before you got here,
Beautiful.
Erykah.
Lots of womb energy.
Womb. We're going to get to some womb talk. We're going to get to some womb talk. We're going to get some real Badula talk.
Okay.
We need that.
Badula talk.
Before Erykah got here today, for some reason, out in the middle of the station, a spontaneous just dance party, a Black Girl Magic dance party just started. They were playing Solange. Everyone was dancing. The vibes were so good. The energy is so right. And now she's here. The queen is with us. This is amazing.
I'm with you.
Badu, speaking of that, Solange album, have you had a chance to listen?
Absolutely.
You love?
I love her, period. I love it. I love what she's doing. I love her platform. She's so atmospheric, and we just needed that right now. There's a definite space for what she's bringing, what she's doing, and I'm so happy for her. That's my sister.
Yeah, you've known her for a long time, right?
A long time. Mm-hmm. We're
What-
from Texas.
What, of course, Texas family. What else have, normally this was a generic question I don't care to ask people, but because
Okay.
of your taste, I do care.
Okay.
What else have you been listening to recently?
Not much, but at the same time, so many things. I'm flipping from satellite station to satellite station, listening to the radio. I'm listening to my iPod and Slacker radio in the car. There's just so much stuff. We're creating our own stations continuously. So I'm working with drums, so I'm listening to.
I was about to say, how much do you
They
like
love
it?
that record. A lot of people love that record.
I'm a big fan of the album.
Good. It's just some fun. Yeah.
What kind of energy does Drum give you? Like, if you were to look at Drum, you were like, he reminds me of.
He is the love child of old dirty bastard George Clinton and D'Angelo.
Really?
If they all had a baby.
Which isn't even
And
possible.
you know about having babies, so you know if they were to make one, it would look like
And catching them, too.
Mm-hmm.
I know about having them and catching them.
What do you mean catching them?
I'm a doula.
Yeah.
Oh, for literally catching the baby. Yeah,
Literally
of course,
catching.
How many deliveries have you done to this?
How many births? I've assisted, I don't know how many, over 20 since 2001. I started in 2001.
What?
I've done one.
You have.
Ebro
Is
has
it your baby?
Yeah. It wasn't planned that. We didn't want to go that far. We had a doula, but we didn't anticipate it to speed up the way it did, and we were successful.
It
Me and
kind of
my lady,
changes your spirit a little bit. Changes your life.
It's
Okay.
amazing. And now it was so amazing that
Especially because you made it.
yeah.
That's right.
And now my lady's actually studying to be a doula herself.
That's
Is that true?
beautiful.
Yeah.
I did not even know
That's
that.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
She got her yoga thing. Now she's doing what's it called? Prenatal yoga, and she's doing the doula thing, and
She's pregnant right now?
not with our second, not yet.
Okay.
Do you have an announcement to make soon?
I don't have nothing. I got nothing.
Just making sure.
I got nothing.
What made you want to get into that?
In 2001, I was coming back from Germany on a plane, had a layover somewhere, and Stickman called and said she's in labor
Stickman from Dead Prez.
from Dead Prez.
But of course, okay.
One of my best friends is Afia, his wife. She's in labor. So I rerouted, and I just wanted to be by her side. I had 7 in 1997, my son, and I made sure I was with Afia, because I told her I'd be with her. I had a little experience, with natural childbirth, and that was the experience that she wanted to have. And she had everything planned. She had her midwife and doula and those things. Actually, she had a midwife, and Stickman and me and another couple of her friends were doulas, not officially. And her labor was 54 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no anesthesia. She was a soldier, and I stayed up with her. I didn't get sleepy or tired, and that's when I felt like, okay, I can do this. And I decided to become the welcoming committee.
Welcoming committee is such a great name.
So perfect.
Yeah.
So people can hire you.
Well, they can, but I don't charge.
Got it.
It's my service.
It's just if you have a connect, do you need to have a special connection with
I
someone?
do.
or-
I would most of the people that I serve are friends or people I meet. It just kind of happens, because it's a service that I do because I'm just so grateful for everything that I am and have become that it is my service. I don't ever want to stop being a servant's servant, as well.
Were you always Eric?
Always.
I'm assuming that's going to be the
Yes.
answer. All right. Well,
Always.
There you go.
well, yeah.
There you have it.
Always.
Well, it was Eric. The early days were rap and poetry. Erykah Apple, right? That was you was MCing and singing in the early
I
days.
still do that.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But I'm just saying that was like
Yeah, I started out as an MC. I was a B-girl, period. We were fascinated all over the world with the New York culture, and it's who we were. It spoke to us so much. Every kid in America, and then eventually abroad. Each place had its own version of what hip-hop was. In Dallas, Texas, where I'm from, we had our own stuff, and it was trap. And we were DJing, we were MCing, we were breakdancing. We were doing our own forms of poetry.
Creating,
We was
yeah.
backpacking. Yeah, we created who we are within hip hop, and that's what I was doing.
And you were
before.
listening to everything. You were listening
Yeah.
to a lot of New York rap.
Everything. Yeah, definitely.
Because Texas is really cool because you guys culturally really do get everything East Coast, West Coast, South. It kind of all goes through
We
Texas.
can definitely. There's a conduit definitely to an underground railroad to everything. Depending on where you at. Yeah, in Dallas.
But so what I was going to ask was like, you've become this figure in our mind, and I know that you're aware of it at this point, that Erykah Badu means more to us as fans than simply being an artist, right? You are a spirit of hip hop that is sort of, you bring a lot to us, to the culture. Did people recognize that from you right away from when you came on the scene? Like, what was it like when you put out the first album and people were getting familiar with Erykah Badu? How do you felt people received you?
With lots of love and gifts. Because I think I came at a time where we needed some kind of feminine political statement to be made in America. And some kind of feminine political African statement to be made in America. And people were very grateful for that. And it was aesthetically what I enjoyed doing. And I was studying, culture and who I was and who we are, And I think people really appreciated that because we were all moving in that direction at the same time. And I think that I poked a little hole in the dam for everything to flow through in like kind. And people appreciated that, and they greeted me with gifts and compliments and light and love. And it was overwhelming. And it is still. Shit.
Tuning fork.
Damn it.
Somebody not in tune.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Who of you is not in tune?
Let me think about it.
What I was speaking of not in tune is where we are today politically. Since maybe that's why the tuning fork jumped out, is because we live in a time right now
Somebody
today.
hating in
Right.
here.
Yep. Right now today, where our world is very divided, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of negative energy out there,
Absolutely.
and we are not in tune, like you just talked about.
Powers that be just made their last attempt.
You feel like this is the days going for their last run.
Could be. And when I say the days, I don't know if it's an Illuminati or a particular group, but there are definitely energies and people who feel a certain way collectively that don't appreciate peace and harmony for some reason or another, And they're making their last attempt to try to keep us divided. When I say they, I don't want it to sound like a conspiracy or some kind of propaganda. But there are energies, and we feel them. And they could be parts of ourselves. Could be parts of us. The parts of us that are vibrating on the lower frequencies, that are fighting to stay on top.
So do you feel like, because that was the one positive that we tried to take away when this happened, was like, well, maybe this is the last gasp of the really bad old racist America just trying to hold on because they know they can't. Like the nature of who people are ultimately and the way we have all mixed together, and they can't fight that ultimately. It's a losing battle ultimately.
It's a losing battle, and there's nothing to be alarmed about at all.
Really?
No.
You don't understand. You can help us right now. I need to hear from you why we're going to be okay. Because I'm a little scared.
Well, we're going to be okay because we have evolved through our children. Our children ain't having that. There's no such thing as race. There's no such thing as gender. There's no such thing as hierarchy or lowerarchy or any of those kinds of things. They are just who they are. They're people, and they're all hurting. So there is a need. The resurrection will come up out of a need, just like hip hop. It came up out of a need. We needed that. We needed that. Just like Clarence 13X, when he spun out of Islam, 5% came up out of a need. And this is a need that we have collectively prayed for, wished for, hoped for. And our children will lead us into the future, and always die with the old. And this is who we are. This is what we are.
And you see it. I mean, it's what she's saying is happening because you literally have white supremacist groups that are being talked about on mainstream news right now. They're being titled something else, which is alt-right, but they're really just white supremacy groups talking about America is ours. This is our country. It was intended for the white man, et cetera, et cetera. And, these individuals know that through the mixing of cultures, things, as Erykah pointed out, old ways die. Mm-hmm. And that's really what the sad part of what Donald Trump represents is all that negative energy. And I said this to somebody earlier. Have you noticed how Donald Trump's skin has gotten lighter since he's moved into the president? He's not as orange anymore.
Well, about over the last month, they started lightening him up. From
his hair's not the same color.
From his dark orange, yes.
They're sending images and tones out, you know what I mean, to try to get people in line. And so there's some, and I've talked about this a lot, the tone of what this moment represents, people need to pay attention to, and the images that we're being fed at this moment, we need to pay attention to, because that's going to be the path that we're on for the next little while, and we got to stay on our toes.
Mm-hmm.
What have you felt, like the day after the election, my wife woke up and she was like, man, as a white woman, I always cared about issues of other people, and I thought I did. I thought I understood, but I really realized I didn't, because after he was elected, she's like, I feel threatened. I feel like I feel a little scared for women. Like there's a past to be aggressively, outwardly nasty about women. First of all, have you talked to any women who feel a particular sense of maybe fear since the Trump election? And what would you say to
just
women?
Just people in general, just, not just women, because I'm not a feminist or anyist. That's the problem. When you go too far, that's when we become kind of robots, and soldiers to causes that are unnecessary. I'm just a humanist, a person who is concerned with the growth of us as people, here all together. We have to share all together. That's what I'm concerned with. But I do see, the next morning, what I did notice after in traffic on the way to take the children to school, it's like we were on teams. It was, some looks and some people trying to cut you off. And, that's general in New York. That's just the way it is, survival of the fittest. But in Texas, it's not that way, not outwardly. Now it's a little bit more outward. They're not afraid. They have permission.
It's began the normalization of, being outwardly hateful
supreme.
And supreme, white supremacy.
Yeah, so, I even feel like I intuit that will even die down, it's just kind of fresh, like any other top story. I think that will die down as people, by no choice of their own or calibrated to where we are. As humans, we have evolved. Our brains have evolved. Our organs have evolved. I mean, the planet has moved in a different direction, a different way, a different wobble. The atoms in the body rotate the same rate as the earth rotates. So, as things change, they do. And to try to fight them is what causes the chaos to me. And I saw that, and, I felt sad. I didn't feel sad because Donald Trump was elected. I didn't feel sad because of what I fear that he may cause or do. I feel sad because people's emotions and fears were being manipulated. You know, the lowest parts of people have been manipulated to really believe or think that they can separate from the whole. We want all. There's no separating. That's an illusion. And I feel, sad because of that. And then there are also the black liberalists, on the other hand, who are ready to fight because of it. I feel sad because of that as well, because everyone is being puppeted, you know. So it's.
So you would recommend to those people who feel angry and they feel that tense and that need to fight to calm a bit and have faith that things will normalize and that this isn't going to change everything as we know it?
That would be ideal, but I don't recommend anything. I mean, I'm an observer more than, anything. I just want for them to see, because we're woke. You see people marching. You see people are fighting. In 2008 AD, I put out an album called New America Part 1, Fourth World War. Fourth World War is a documentary that I saw that was about people's occupation all over the planet, where different places in the world were being occupied and people were beginning to fight. 2008, that I put out this album. And it was kind of an intuit or a prediction of what is going to happen with us. And it's, common sense. If you're, paying attention, you can see that this is what's happening because we were already in the Third World War, So the Fourth World War is this people against the powers.
And what was the Third World War for you?
Oh, it's just happening all over the world still.
The world is at war, period.
At war. Physically, bloody, physically.
We may not see it every day, but
we don't see it every day.
But we hear a lot about it. We just don't put it together under one umbrella title.
I guarantee you, while we watching the main event, is some other shit over here happening that's bloody and corrupt and evil. So.
What did you tell Seven? I'm guessing he's the one that's probably the most conscious. Or how old are your other children?
They're 7, 12, and 7's 19.
7, 12, 9. So Seven already has his own insights of the world and his own perception. So to the younger children, what did you tell them the day after the election? Did they have any questions or?
They kind of have their own ideas of things. They pay attention to what's going on, and the children are more intelligent than we give them credit for. They understand. They think it's ridiculous. And they think my 12-year-old thinks that we are the laughing stock of every other country.
I agree.
You're a smart 12-year-old.
Yeah, she says that for our for our country to even accept this kind of foolishness is ridiculous. She doesn't think it's cool. Her and her friends they're over it, And my 7-year-old she just wants some more cookies and stuff.
Facts.
I mean, look, she's got her priorities in order.
That's
know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
She knows what's
She knows what's
She knows what to ignore. I'm staying away from this negative energy. Let's get to these cookies.
I don't care. I just want another cookie.
You're not gonna stop my motion where I'm headed with these cookies.
Right. I need to get to this next cookie.
Yeah, but she's paying attention too. She's paying attention.
What do the Badus do for Thanksgiving? Do you observe Thanksgiving? Do you have a traditional meal?
Personally, I don't, participate in any of those things personally in my household. But my family does. And what they believe is what they believe, And we get together as a family and they eat. They do things that everybody else do. I grew up doing that stuff. So I'm not anti anything, I'm anti-negative stuff. But anything that brings people together in love, if it works for you, it works for you. Whether it's your religion or your beliefs or your pagan beliefs or your spiritual holistic belief, or whatever it is. If it's making you a better person, I'm all for that. If it ain't, it's useless. So.
Soul Train Awards, you're back hosting again. You did such a great job last year.
Was
They
awesome.
brought you back.
Thank you.
looked phenomenal on stage. The bits and singing and the skits, everything was there. What do you got planned for this year?
Some of the same, but
Who you gonna make fun of? Let's get right to it.
I can't. I can't. You gotta wait.
Yeah, you can't. She can't just be giving out jokes. You want her jokes in
I
there?
had to take my shot for the people.
I
For
understand.
the people. It's some of the same. You know, I'm an executive producer this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Last year I wrote, all of my monologues and those things. And this year I had a bigger hand in it, from guests to presenters to, the skits in between and the little bits in between, cipher again. So
Are you? What's the tone of the whole performance? Fun, good times, or are you touching on
we're
some
going
real
back
things?
to the 90s.
Okay, all right.
90s. We're giving Teddy Riley the Legend Award, and so he's gonna perform a medley of his stuff. Brandy, who is underrated and
Not appreciated enough.
is gonna get the Lady of Soul Award. So, yeah, going back to the 90s.
Other than
A lot
you,
of good performances.
like who?
Me and Drum, we're doing Wi-Fi.
Drum's coming out,
Anderson .Paak.
Love
performing.
Anderson .Paak. How much you love Anderson .Paak?
A
Like, well, let's talk about it.
A lot. I think he is, he's refreshing. Very refreshing. The voice is familiar. It's like we knew it for a long time. On
That's
radio
right.
Or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that kid, man.
Sick beats. Music is beautiful.
Other than the drum collabo that you recently did, what do you have in the works? I mean, you do a lot of low down Loretta Brown work as a DJ. I see you out getting that money, which is beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Rocking parties.
Oh yeah.
Musically though, where we going? What's happening?
Musically, I'm the music director for a series on Comedy Central, animated, called Legends of Chamberlain Heights. I'm working on my album right now. I'm always working on that. I'm a slow burn. I'm not in a rush. It ain't a race to me. It's autobiographical, so
The album.
yeah, just take my time on it, just like the rest. Musically, that's all I'm working on. Really, I'm just trying to really find my groove. The universe is reinventing me right now, so I'm just here in this downloading period, getting all this information and feeling.
What is it?
See what
Do you
comes
get a
out.
sense of what this reinvention is?
No, I don't. I just, I don't. Not yet.
Because I just am so I'm a little taken aback by you because I interviewed Rakim a few weeks ago and name drop Juan Epstein podcast, and I said to him, I said, what's it like to have been now an icon and a legend for longer than you were a regular person, right? Because Rakim's been a legend since he was like 20 years old. He's 45 now, So, and I almost asked the same thing of you. What is it like to be someone who so many people respond to so strongly? Like you're aware that the reason every woman in the station has lined up here to be near you is because people feel very strongly about you.
Definitely all the young black ones.
Yes.
Definitely.
So I just wonder, how does one get accustomed to that? Like, are you comfortable in that role for people?
I'm getting there. I'm getting comfortable. It's just one day at a time. It's kind of, people are individuals, not a group of people. Each of these women are individual people who I can look in their eyes and we communicate, one moment at a time, one person at a time.
Are you able to tell which one?
It's full of shit. Let me see.
Yes. Facts. I wasn't going to go there, but all right. Because everyone was saying, Ebro, you said earlier that you thought that if Erykah went up and touched one of their stomachs,
They would get
child-
pregnant.
a child
They would get pregnant. They would get pregnant.
A child would appear.
Yes.
In a womb, like.
Yes. I encourage the ones that wanted to get pregnant to go up and hug you. Real
get a
talk. I was
hug
like,
and-
go hug. Get a hug. You'll be pregnant
There
next
is
week.
some science to that.
There is.
I am a talisman for that sometimes. It depends on what time of the month it is.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are you done with children for yourself?
I think so. I'll be 46 next year. I just don't want to be 56 with a 10-year-old. I kind of want to relax a little bit.
Let me ask you a question. This is for the ladies in the room, because everybody that's currently looking at you is in my own experience dealing with and coming to me at different times talking about their interpersonal relationships and figuring out their relationship path.
Let's do that. Let's have some Ask Badus right now.
Yeah,
All right.
ask Badu.
Okay.
So I got my first one, Badu, for the people watching and what have you. What has Erykah Badu learned? Okay, the headline, maybe two.
What have I learned?
About marriage and relationships.
There's no particular route or way that people are supposed to go.
Not one path.
Not one path. There are several paths that people go. Some people marry early, some people marry later. You know, there's no particular thing. I think with relationships, that every relationship that I've been in, and including any of these women, when you fall in love and you really respect someone and have a great chemical connection with them, you expect it to be something that lasts forever. Ever. You do. But sometimes people change, and if you don't chemically match, you just don't, and you move on. And the easier you can do that, the more you can grow, the more things you
Do you feel like the more accepting you are of that reality, the less damage it could do to you as you try to hold on to things that aren't for you? Is there a lesson
I mean,
in that?
that's inertia, you know. So that's something that we should know, that the less resistance makes for the easier path, and that is true. But I think that sometimes when you're not convinced, you just have to keep going back, getting your weave snatched out, get another tooth knocked out, figuratively. That's not enough. Go get your throat cut. That's not enough. I know I'm being very violent, but figuratively, and until you're really ready to let go. Because we're all different. We're not the same. There's not a rule. We have to grow at our own rate. Everyone does. And it's not a race to be the most mature, or the one with the best marriage or the best relationship, or.
When did, for Erykah Badu, did you set out on a traditional, I want to be married as a young woman path?
Absolutely.
Was that your path? I want to be married, I want to have kids, and done.
Yeah, because when they gave you trucks and cars, they gave me dolls and kitchens.
That's right. Our conditioning was conditioned.
We were conditioned to
That's
be
right.
that way. So we thought we were failures if we weren't able to fulfill those conditions, in our circumstance. But, I've learned that does not fit my spirit, that it does not fit my being. So, we have to be who we are.
There's not a marriage that you would be open to in the future.
Absolutely.
Oh, you still are?
I've
Okay.
always been
Got it.
open to it.
It just
But
has
I'm
to be right.
realistic about what that means, what that is. That's a commitment that you make. Two people have to make that kind of commitment. And when you are looking for a partner, you have to look for a friend and someone who is willing to help you grow in any situation. I wasn't always looking for that. So I think it's about what we're kind of looking for.
Were there ever times, I'm sure you hear that when people like lovingly sort of talk about you, it's like, oh, Erykah makes babies appear. She's a mom. Like that's who you are. You're hip hop's mom, right? Were there times with the children you did have where you weren't looking for a relationship? You really were looking for a baby? Like you felt that connection was going to lead to a baby and that was it?
No, of course not.
You were always kind of pursuing love.
No, I didn't need children to fulfill me. I didn't need relationships to fulfill me. I needed you all to fulfill me on stage. That's all I really ever wanted and needed. But along with that comes love and relationships and pregnancy and sex and relationships and those things. So those are my circumstances in my life. But I've never formulated what could happen and what would happen. I learned that much later, that I could write down what I wanted and be deliberate in my dreams and wishes.
Yeah. How different is your relationship with each of the fathers of your kids?
Baby daddies. They're all different. We're all best friends.
You're close with all.
And they mutually respect each other a whole lot. So we have you have a unit. Yeah. Because no one could ever plan what has happened with my life. Who would want that or plan that? Especially in this society where that's looked down on,
plan for judgment. Who
Right.
does that?
No, nobody. Nobody plans that. But each relationship is totally different. You know, Andre and I'm like a big sister almost to him. And he gives me a lot of great advice. You know, Jay Electronic and we're very close. You know, he's very protective. You know, he's a soldier. You know, he wouldn't let anything happen to me or any of my children or any of the fathers. You know, DOC the same way. He and Puma are very, very close. He's a nurturer. So he nurtures all of my children the same. You know, so we are, and they could all be at my house at any given time together. You know, holidays or a reality show. You know, it's
Or a hip hop super group.
We're not doing that.
no, we're not doing
that.
No.
I might veto that from over here. Like y'all not allowed to do that. Not that family.
No, but no, they're beautiful. They're wonderful. They love and respect me. They care for me. They are my friends. When we got together, we were friends. When we decided to go our separate ways, we were friends. And we support each other. You know, in life, we human beings. Yeah.
Ebro, you know what I think we should do?
Yes.
I think we should play some Erykah Badu music.
Okay.
And then I think we should let these beautiful, strong, intelligent young women who are here ask Badu a question. Because I think she...
All of them?
Whoever wants to step up and grab the mic and ask Badu a question.
So let's ask Badu.
Ask Badu. Are you up for that?
Yeah, Axe Badu.
Ask Badu.
Ask us Badu.
What we gonna play?
What you want to play? Pick whatever. Go.
Let's see.
You can play the drum joint because that's topical, and you know you're gonna rock that at Soul Train. So we want to
Definitely
keep people paying attention to Soul Train.
You want to play that now?
Well, let's play that right now, and we'll
Okay.
follow that. We'll play 2 joints right now. Let's go.
Boy, I got Wi-Fi. Love it. Okay, and then let's
Erykah Badu. Could you hear that? It was Erykah Badu.
and then let's play. Can we play something from my mixtape?
Whatever.
Okay, I want to play Mr. Telephone Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're about to do Axe Badu. Miss Badu.
You can't just put your hat in the middle of the room, Erykah, because it
Sorry.
blocks the entire room.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna put it on top of the headphones.
No, don't do that. Just you want to put it here? I'll put it over here. I got you. I'll take care of your hat.
Let me ask you a question.
In front of your face. That's what.
What, you want to put on my hat?
It was in front of your face.
Oh, hold on. Actually, I want to.
That's
Can I try
how
on
he is
your
too.
hat?
That's how he is too.
No,
Keep
you
real.
cannot do that.
All right, sorry.
You wouldn't ask Santa Claus no shit like that, would you?
I would.
What do you cook? What do you cook? Are you great in the kitchen?
I am.
Like, what's your
I'm
go-to?
amazing,
What's your go-to in
amazing.
the kitchen?
My coconut kale is a winner.
You're a vegan?
I am. I eat like a vegan. I'm not a member of any organization.
All right, so you don't want
Right.
to put yourself in the box, but you eat like a vegan.
I do eat like a vegan. I'm not trying to win an award for being the best vegan either.
No.
Okay.
And your children all eat like vegans as well?
They do because that's what I eat, but they don't have to be mini me's.
Right.
7 and Andre started eating fish some years ago. So, but yeah, coconut kale.
Coconut kale.
I can make a mean avocado wrap. Anything vegetarian, anything vegan, anything raw. You know.
It's interesting too. I was sitting here just a minute ago listening to you talk about No Rush on your album and how you go about your creative process. I couldn't help but think about Andre 3000, Jay Electronica, and they definitely don't rush either. Like we haven't got a Jay Elect
Same tribe.
same tribe, and that's what I was kind of going for. Is that an open conversation? You guys had that dialogue?
Sometimes, sometimes we do. It's just, it's real to us. I mean, this is who we are. It's our life. This music is a part of us. It's not manufactured. It's not something to sell. We're just fortunate enough to have the opportunity to make a living at it.
Do you think at some point we will get a full-blown Andre solo project or another Outkast album? Do you have any idea? You don't know or you don't think?
I don't know, but I hope. Like you,
I
I'm
know.
a fan.
Believe me, I know. You're a real fan.
I really am.
What's your over the last several years, Andre's had all these random appearances that all of us geek out for. What's been your favorite one?
So far, Kids on Tribe and the Frank Ocean
Solo.
For Pink Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tribe Convo. How happy are you about that album?
So
it's
very,
incredible.
very happy for Tip and the guys. Because he's worked very hard to make this happen. And didn't work very hard at all because it just comes so naturally to him. But I'm just happy that we're getting to celebrate Fife and his life and his struggle and just the brothers together. I like seeing them.
When they got to rap their,
together.
the fact that they got to come together and make their relationship right
Yeah.
before he passed away is so incredible.
Oh yeah.
Like that, when they came here
Chilling. It's
for the
chilling.
anniversary, they came up here to promote People's Instinctive Travel's 25th anniversary. Tip wasn't here. And they were upset. It was like the old times where Tip missed something and Fife was on the air, clearly upset. And I was like, man, they still are not good. And then slowly but surely, just magic happened. They came together, they got their relationship right. And I think it's just such a blessing. A lot of people don't remember that what could have been the last new Tribe song ever was featuring you. You probably don't even remember it. I swear to God, no one remembers this.
Well,
record.
you're a resident hip hop nerd.
Yeah,
That's why
it
you
was
remember.
called I See You.
Ah.
And it was Tribe featuring Erykah. It came out in like 2003, 2004.
I remember.
And it was very quick. It like came out and it kind of went away. And I was worried that was the last new Tribe music we never get. Let alone, I mean, were you surprised at all, or just so happy at how good the album is? It's not just here; it's amazing.
I wasn't surprised because but it felt good, and I just wanted to play it over and over again. Felt good, pleasantly pleased, tickled, kind of.
Okay, not surprised, but tickled.
Tickled, yeah, up right in between the ribs.
In between the ribs. Okay, I want to be specific. All right, Ebro, do you want to let these ladies ask?
You wanted to be specific about where Erykah Badu was tickled?
she got specific, so I'm happy to hear it.
You looked in Erykah's eyes, didn't you?
No, not
You
today.
haven't made eye contact today?
No, I have.
I'm trying not to look at him.
I survived. The first time
you're
I
a
met
married man, that can't go south. Because you looked Erykah in
the first time I ever met Erykah, she probably doesn't remember this, but it was at Rock the Bells several years ago, and my wife was there also. She was my fiance then, maybe, or just girlfriend, and we both met Erykah at the same time, and the two of us were both giddy and
y'all didn't get pregnant yet.
And no, and yet we still haven't had a baby. She wasn't ready. My wife was very,
Are you
very
ready?
young.
You ready? Because you can hug Erykah today. Look her in
Actually,
the
you know
eyes.
what? We
It's
might have to have a
time.
good
It's
hug
time.
before I
It's
leave.
time.
It might be time for that.
And it will be on Womb Watch. Womb Watch
Brother.
2017.
Brother, are you sure? You ready?
I'm sure.
Okay.
She gonna give it to you.
I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be strollers, A&D ointment, pull-ups,
I'm ready.
all of that.
Okay.
Okay. Shea butter on the belly,
Yes, I'll do it all.
breastfeeding.
Well, I'm not going to do it myself, but yes, I will
You
be
gotta be
supportive.
very supportive. You
I'll
gotta
be very supportive. I know.
You
I
gotta put
believe
the plan
me.
together.
This man has not stopped talking about breastfeeding for 3 years. I'm ready.
Breastfeeding's important. My
Very
baby has
You-
never had a
you're
fever,
not
never
going-
had diarrhea, never been sick. Breastfed
Wow.
for a year.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, she's 2 now. So we worked hard on that. It took a lot of collective effort.
Yeah. That's beautiful. You seem like a really good father.
I'm hanging in there. I'm
Might be
doing
the
good.
beard.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
the beard makes him seem.
More fatherly.
He almost, by the way, I could just tell if you noticed, Ebro sort of choked just when she said, "You seem like a really good father." He was almost unable to speak.
I was gonna cry. You guys know I'll cry in a minute. I'll cry right now.
Post dad Ebro will cry and like this. He cries nonstop.
I'll cry in a minute. All right,
Ask Badu.
Oh, it's
Ask
Axe.
Badu.
Axe Badu.
AKS.
Who's up first? Raise your hand.
Gia Pepper.
Gia Pepper.
Okay, okay. Hi, Erykah.
Hi.
Okay, so since we've known you since Baduism, since we've become fans of yours, you've always had this energy and this worth about you that was so admirable. And we're all young in our 20s, and we all struggle with self-worth and just growing as women.
Sure.
So what do you tell yourself, like, in those moments when you feel crazy and you don't know what's next? What do you tell yourself to keep your energy going and your self-worth and just know, as a Black woman, we're amazing, we're beautiful?
Or just as a human being, period. Believe in yourself right from the start. Right from the start.
Yeah. And even when you don't believe, like, what do you say?
You can't don't believe if you believe in yourself right from the start.
Just
Right from the
choose it.
start. Don't allow anything to infiltrate it, not even you.
See that word?
Right from the start.
And you see with the hood on, she turned it to Yoda.
She was like,
she looks like
what
Yoda
do you
right
really
now.
want, though?
There you go.
All right, thank you, Gia
Thank
Peppers.
you.
So
Thank you.
saith,
Who's
so
next?
saith Badu.
So says the Badu. Who's next?
It is Axe Badu.
Trinae? Is that
Trinae.
you? Is it? All right, here
Listen,
comes
don't get
Scotty
scared
Beam.
now. Step on up here.
All right,
The
Scotty.
congregation is waiting.
Okay, so I'm 26 years old, which Gia said, at our 20s, this is like a crazy, I'm going through a
Right
lot.
from the start.
Oh, she didn't forget that.
Right.
In fact.
I've been dealing with a lot of pressure, relationship-wise, with, pressure from friends and pressure from family and also like, people saying that it's time now to get married or time to have a kid. And I'm just wondering at your, like when you were 25, 26, where were you mentally? And how did you, did you deal with pressure and did you deal with any of that?
No, I didn't even know it existed. I never knew the rules. I learned them after I became pregnant or in love, and people started judging those things. I didn't even know that was a thing. My family never did that. We didn't have that kind of unit. But how to deal with that pressure is you just don't deal with it.
Guru talk.
It doesn't.
No. Badu talk.
Badu talk.
it
Baduru
don't-
talk.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You have to follow your heart. What your heart tells you to do, and you have to believe that. Trust it. You have
And
to trust it.
when you were pregnant with your first child, did you know, you knew that you wanted to have this kid? Like you wanted,
Absolutely.
were you uncertain? Were you?
No. Well, only after I became pregnant, like I told you, when other people started to, place their own opinions. And,
Right.
But before that, no, I didn't have any doubt. I loved Andre. I loved our union. I loved what we had.
Right.
Whether we would be together forever or not, this is who we are and what we're having. This is a thing alive,
Right.
a being, and my mind just works that way. But I didn't have any doubts about that until other people were saying, oh, your career, and you can do this, and he too young, and you too young. So those things started, I was young, so
Right.
those things started to trickle through me, and I had to fight through them.
Right.
I had to fight through them, and you have to fight through them. You do. There's no easy route to believing in yourself.
Right.
You have to develop it. It's like a muscle. You have to believe in it, but you have to be aggressive, with the love that you have for yourself.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. You've been touched.
It is Axe Badu. Badu, I've noticed though in both those questions, looking for leadership, looking for a path based on your path, right? Like both of them kind of ask about your path and are
Yeah.
going to try. But I heard you say something about your children earlier where you were like, they don't have to be mini-me's. I want them to be their own individual person, right? Do you find that a lot when people ask you about your life and trying to find a path, is that people want to pattern, they're looking to pattern themselves after someone out of just either not knowing or fear, right?
Yeah, because that's the system that we grew up under. There's
How we're
there's
educated almost,
yeah,
right?
We're educated to formulate a leader or formulate an example or something like that. I don't think that there's a certain way. If there's a mentor that you look up to and it helps you become, a good human being, then that's okay. If you choose your own path and it helps you be a good human being, then that's okay. And when I say good, I don't mean perfect. I mean that you're aware.
And when you say good, you mean positive. You
I mean aware.
got it aware.
Right. It's no good if you're not aware, even if you're positive. You could be emulating something positive. That's no good. It's good when you're aware. I'm aware that I'm bad. I'm aware that I'm happy. I'm aware that I'm sad. I'm aware that I'm, old. I'm aware that I'm new. When you're aware, that's good. That could take you everywhere.
Soul Train is on this
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Soul Train Music Awards. Erykah Badu is back again. Before I let you out of here, a couple things I got to hit you on.
It's one more person who have a question.
Hey, is there one more
there's
question?
one more?
Francois, come here.
Come on. Bring
I
it.
could feel-
Y'all put the mic away. I thought y'all was
she
done.
didn't.
I didn't know.
She didn't say anything. I just felt it.
See, there you
Hi,
go.
Miss Badu.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, sugar.
Go ahead, Francois. Sit.
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
You have loved deeply and courageously several times over. And it's really fearful to put yourself in that position to love somebody, even though they might be a friend or someone that you might know for very long. But how do you get over, how do you build courage to love?
I don't. It just happens. There's chemicals, pheromones, and different hormones that we have when you meet someone, and I don't fight it. If there's something there, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be in a relationship necessarily. It might mean that there's something that you're supposed to exchange, a place that you can help the person go, or a place that they can help you go. Doesn't necessarily mean a relationship every time. When I was much younger, I thought that, though. You know, I thought that every time I felt this energy between someone, that it means that, oh, he's my boyfriend now. But
That's how they sound,
that's
too.
the
Right?
South.
That's how they sound. It's my boyfriend.
That's the South in me, though. That's the way I was taught.
That's everywhere.
You know, it's everywhere.
That's everywhere.
okay.
That's
Well,
universal.
that's the way I was taught. You know, and I've always had one partner, only one partner. You know, like a penguin, one partner. That's it, only one at a time. Can't be in love with two people at the same time. Never had that sensation. You know, my blinders are on. This is who I'm with. I'm dedicated to that. If this is who you with, I'm not gonna even look him in the eye because I love you. You know, and there's something about how we're made internally that we have to learn. See, what I'm explaining to you is that I know who I am. So your rules are not going to help me at all. So there's a pattern that you have to learn about yourself. And to me, evolving is eliminating. Because people are going to tell you so many things and show you so many things. But evolving requires elimination. You have to eliminate the things that no longer evolve you. You know. And you're going to shed things like I did in window seat. That's what that was. That was a ritual for me. I was shedding things that no longer evolve me.
And we celebrated that.
We know you did. We know that's right.
We did.
That shedding, let's talk about that shedding.
We celebrated that shedding.
You know what I mean? I was there for the shedding.
We were here.
And I was like,
You
wow.
see what I mean? You
why
see-
didn't she shed earlier? What we,
And it was
That's
twofold.
right.
You see, it was
Yeah.
also entertaining
That's right. That's right.
to my brothers and some of my sisters.
That's right. Hallelujah. We was here for
I'm gonna
it.
need you to show up, Saints.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Francois.
You're welcome.
Are you watching what's happening with our guy Kanye West at all?
What happened? Because I heard something happened. I hadn't heard.
Well, recently, last night, he was put in the hospital.
He put
was-
himself or he was put in?
Go ahead, sorry.
They called for him.
The hospital called.
Nah,
so you're going to have
nah,
to come
nah.
on.
Someone called and said, come get this guy. And at first he was resisting, and then he agreed to go.
But they did handcuff him to a gurney, and this was after a week of rants. He ranted about, you know,
He would have voted for Trump.
He didn't vote, but he would have voted for Donald Trump, and you know, et cetera, and don't everybody ignore racism because racism's focusing on that is holding us back. Followed by the next night, he ranted about Beyonce and industry politics and don't let politics and Jay-Z call me. So it was a week of, and then he canceled some shows because of, you know, whatever was happening with him, and then this. So we've seen Kanye go on rants before, and I know that you are someone who loves hip-hop and loves all the artists and their expression. So I thought maybe you had been paying attention, and maybe
I hadn't, but I love him. I love him. I love his courage and his freedom. That saddens me, you know. That's, you know, because he's trying to express who he is as a human being, just like the rest of us. You know, and when it becomes difficult, you know, for people to understand and misunderstand you, it really hurts an artist. You know, someone who only wants to give, you know, only wants to give. So I'm going to see if I can send him a note or something to check on him. And I encourage everybody to send him some kind of energy and love and light, because not only is he a phenomenal producer, he's one of the greatest entertainers we have. We love laughing at and with
That's right.
Kanye.
That's
I mean,
right.
he's an amazing person. And he knows this. He knows this. But there's something that, I don't know, something that he's needing.
Yeah.
And it might be to his benefit if we are sending him good thoughts and love, and his family, you know, and his babies. He got babies. You know, no one wants to be in that state. No one wants to be in that state, you know.
Erykah Badu, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's give it up for the window seat
Listen,
video one more time. One more time. That changed the world as we knew it up to that
shocked the
day.
world.
You shocked the world. You know that, right?
Tsunami.
Yo, it was so. So I have a question. I just want to know
War
did you
bounds.
know? Did you know that you were gonna make the whole
No.
world go? Well, what the hell is that?
No, let me tell you what happened. What I thought, ladies, and you can vouch for me. I thought that my body was not a perfect kind of thing. There's dimples and my titties went south after being sucked for 3 consecutive times. You know, and I'm not talking about my kids.
Shout out to Erykah Badu, ladies and gentlemen. Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
You see. So I really thought, you know, I got a little pouch in my belly. You know, it just wasn't a perfect thing. So to me, I was like making a political statement. I was really thinking that I was doing something courageous.
Showing your imperfect body, right?
Yes, my imperfect, curvier body that we have. And I was petrified, you know, because, you know, I know how my people are. My family is sometimes can be cruel. So I was petrified. When I got out of the car, I was like, oh, my God. I didn't even sing. I was supposed to be singing as I was walking, but I didn't even sing. I was just, you know, trying to get through it. And, you know, it was dangerous. And I could went to jail, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a big deal. And I knew, you know intuitively the box of things people can say negative. So you already have that there's a room inside of you already prepared for that. But then there's another place that I had prepared that I knew that women who understood me as artists and creators and wombs would understand what was happening intuitively without me explaining. So there were 2 things happening. And when I saw it back myself, I was like, damn, I didn't know my ass did that when I walked.
Yeah, we didn't either.
There was I mean, have you ever seen yourself walking naked?
I don't want to at all. Ever in life.
Okay, see? So I felt the same way.
Right, you felt the same. Are you telling me that if I did a video like that, women might be like, well, goddamn!
It's possible.
You might want to have 2 rooms prepared. The ones that are like, God damn.
But yeah, it was just so funny because we were already, I think collectively for male fans or female fans who are attracted to you, we all were so in love with you as a person. So then when you it was like backwards. Normally when people get an artist, the first thing we hear is, there's blank artist, she's so hot. And then you go hear her music and go, oh, yeah, she's okay. We fell in love with as like a soul. And then 20 years into it, you're like, oh, by the way, her body is out of control. And no one knew that. It was just a very interesting sort of social experiment to watch unfold. So again, give it up for the Windows Seat video one more time.
And ladies, there's a gem in there Miss Badu just gave to y'all too, that sometimes when you exude amazingness for so long and confidence, when you finally take your clothes off, people gonna salute you, no matter what your flaws are.
That's a gem. Ding.